What is going on, my fellow Fortnite gamers? My name is Brutus, and welcome back to Destiny 2. Today we're going to be going over the top 5 exotic weapons in the Kinetic slot that are good for ad clearing. Yes, that is a mouthful. Yes, that is a terrible title, but we're sticking with it and we're going with it. Now, when you think of those three things combined, what do you think of? You think of Witherhoard, because Witherhoard is by far the best ad clearing weapon. That is also an exotic that is in the Kinetic slot, hence the title of the video. So we're going to be going over the 5 best underneath that, meaning we're going to exclude Witherhoard from this tier list. So we're going to go to the top 5 exotic kinetic weapons for ad clearing underneath Witherhoard. And with that, let's hop right in to the countdown. And coming in at our number 5 spot, we have the Traveler's Chosen. Now, obviously, this thing does have a catalyst. I sadly do not have it. I'm not going to go out of my way to use this weapon when I don't have to. But this weapon by itself is not the reason it's so good for ad clearing. The reason why it's so good for ad clearing, and watch my grenade bar here. I'm going to throw my grenade, come out here, and just watch how fast I get all my abilities back. I already have half my grenade just because I killed 3 enemies. Oh what, I can just do this, and I have a grenade again. This weapon by itself is not the reason it's good for ad clearing, but it's the fact that you can make such a great ability-based build out of this gun. It's kind of insane. Now the weapon is not terrible against rank and file ads, but as you're going to see, its damage is just not great. Like I said, the weapon itself is not the reason this weapon is good for ad clearing. It is just the fact that you can get your abilities back practically instantly. You can see this, like it's really just not good. Taking about 3 shots to kill, but you know it does get the job done. But yeah, it's the grenade energy that you just get back. You can get all your abilities, not just grenades, guys. You can get your rifts and everything back. Your rifts, your barricades, your dodge. So you can combine this with a hunter and just constantly have a reloaded weapon. It's really just a great all-around weapon. But you know, the only con to this weapon, of course, I would say, and it has 2, and that is 1, it's a sidearm, not my favorite archetype of weapon, and then 2, its damage is really low. But of course, you can get buffs on it. You know, get your arc souls going for empowering rifts and whatnot. But just outside of that, on its own, the weapon is just nothing special. That doesn't mean it's necessarily bad, but it's just not good. See, you're taking almost a full clip just to kill 1 servitor. Not ideal. Now this is where you're going to see it really lack. Like, its damage is not terrible against the boss like this, but it's just not there. So that's why it's on here. Its ad clearing capabilities are amazing. Its ability regen capabilities are amazing. But outside of that, the weapon's just not good. But, like I said, that's why it's at the number 5 spot. It does have great capabilities for regenning abilities, and it's also not terrible for rank and file ads like Dregs, Thrall, and whatnot. And let's get right into number 4. Now, our number 4 slot, moving up from the sidearm. No more of those. Don't like those. But this is one of 2 pulse rifles that is going to be on this list. And that is, of course, I'm sure you expected it, no time to explain. The fact that it gets full auto and you can literally get an arc soul from hitting 10 headshots is insane. You can also, this thing in Crucible is also really good. Don't think it's just good for this. It is really, really good in Crucible. I wouldn't say it's as good as Messenger, but it's right there with it because the arc soul from this actually shoots faster than an arc soul if you have the catalyst, which is, it's really good. And it shoots more frequently, that's English, than the arc soul itself. But yes, this thing is really good for ad clearing, like I said, because of the arc soul that you can get. It's all, you don't even have to get kills, guys, just 10 headshots. Which someone like me, who's just now switched to PC and M&K, who has terrible aim, this thing's amazing. I've loved using this thing on M&K. Like I said, just got to M&K, and I'm still struggling to get a hold of it. But this thing's amazing. Just being able to shoot the ads for me is the best part. Like, look at this. I have an arc soul that lasts the same amount of time, shoots more frequently, and I'm pretty sure it does the same amount of damage. Like this thing's damage against rank and file enemies is top tier. Of course, it's not a heavy weapon, but for a primary weapon, it's great. The only con I'd give to this is, yes, it's an exotic, so that is your exotic slot, but this is an exotic tier list, so. Now, it does suck that a lot of the exotic primaries in this game are bad, but No Time to Explain is really forgiving. Like, if you're not doing like a raid encounter where you need to do damage, it's not a terrible option by any means. Of course, there is better options, but like I said, 10 headshots and then you just get an arc soul. Like, that's not fair. Definitely not in Crucible, it's not fair. 10 headshots? Actually, I guess that is kind of fair. But look at this. I just got oh, I'm bad. I just died in a PvE activity. I do not want to talk about it. Oh, and I spawned way back here. Wow, I'm really good at the game. I'm not killing him. No. But yes, guys, definitely. Now, I wouldn't say the best pulse rifle for PvE for exotic ad clearing, but yes, there is one better in my opinion. Now, remember, guys, it is my opinion. You don't have to agree with this. This is just how I feel, and I really do think that the No Time is a very, very valid option for ad clearing. Now, another thing you're going to see here in a second is the damage. The damage is not horrible. Of course, this is a Lost Sector boss. You know, I'm not saying I'm melting Atheon with it or anything, but I would compare this servitor here. I'd compare it to a Yellow Bar Minotaur, a Yellow Bar Captain. And you know, you see its damage is really not terrible. That's why it's at number 4. Like I said, not the best pulse rifle, but definitely better than Traveler's Chosen. And I would definitely put all of these above something like Rat King, which will not be on this list. And let's get right into number 3. Coming in at number 3, we do have the second pulse rifle, which will be on this list. And it is just, in my opinion, better across the board than No Time to Explain. And that is the Bad Juju. Now, the Bad Juju, it has String of Curses. Kills will refill your magazine. Now, yes, No Time. When you get a headshot, that bullet is put back into your magazine. But this fully fills your magazine no matter what. Getting a kill also increases your damage for a short duration. So you got Rampage, you got Subsistence, and you're given increased super energy per kill. And that stacks with String of Curses. Yeah, this thing is really, it's really there, guys. And like I said, a pulse rifle weapon that's very forgiving, just because of full auto. Same as No Time to Explain, but this thing is just insane. Now, I am going to use my super here so you guys can see just how much super energy you get back. Landfall OP, so, you know, gotta do that. But yeah, just watch how fast you get your super back. I guarantee you I get it back before this Lost Sector ends. I know for a fact I'll get it back before this Lost Sector ends. Very low recoil, very easily sustainable. Like I said, full auto, refilling magazine, String of Curses, which gives you increased damage. I'm not even going to pick up these orbs, guys, because I want you to see how fast, with Bad Juju, you get your super back. Wow. I am so good at the game. Just look at that, guys. I'm already halfway to a super. I'm already halfway. Halfway on my super. Like, how? How is this not a top tier option for clearing ads? Of course, guys, we already know the disclaimer. These are exotics. They take up your exotic slot. That is the big thing. And exotic primaries just aren't that good right now. But these are the best options. And Bad Juju is not a terrible option. Wow, that grenade was insane. Dude, my aim's horrendous. Oh my gosh. Look at that, guys. I got my super before we even get to the boss. This drag is teleporting. This guy's cheating in a PvE activity. Can't catch me, kid. I'm better than you. And then this thing, just like No Time to Explain, decent damage, not crazy. You know, you can proc String of Curses as well. I'm not going to. I want to use the base weapon. But yeah, you know, you see it here. It's not amazing. Like I said, I compare this to maybe a Yellow Bar Minotaur. I don't know, maybe a shielded normal Minotaur. But still, guys, you can see it's not great, but the ad clearing capabilities, getting your super back, I got that back in like a minute. Just by killing a bunch of dregs. It's insane, guys. There's a reason it's at number 3 and not number 4. It's just better than No Time to Explain. It's one of the top options for an exotic that's in the Kinetic for ad clearing. And with that being said, let's get right into the next spot. And then there were 2. Our second best weapon, other than Witherhoard, in the primary slot that is an exotic for ad clearing, has got to be the Huckleberry. If you played during the prime Recluse time, this is quite literally Recluse. It's got Rampage. It's got Ricochet. It has a Catalyst that when you get kills, this weapon auto-reloads the entire magazine. This thing's insane, guys. When you get Ride the Bull, you get increased rate of fire and recoil while you're holding down the trigger. But kills with this weapon reload a portion of the magazine, but like I said, I had the Catalyst, so it reloads the entire magazine. This thing's insane. Rampage, increased rate of fire, it's Recluse. It's also incredible for clearing ads. And if you're on M&K, you can control this thing's recoil easily. Now, me, like I have said many times, I suck on mouse and key because I'm still adjusting. But yeah, it's still not a incredibly hard weapon to manage. It's just super, like, look at this. I'm getting my magazine back. Look at that. I don't even have to reload. Don't even have to reload. Reloading? Never heard of it. And look at that. I'm just mowing down ads. Ads are just getting destroyed. Ads are just getting absolutely wrecked. They thought they had a chance. They didn't know I had Huckleberry. Look at this. Servitor? Nah. Get my full mag. Come over here. Kill him. Turn back around. Look at this. Look at this. This thing's dumb. It's an SMG and it's 3-tapping. 3-tapping small enemies. Yellow bar enemies. It's so good. This is, by far, in my opinion, the second best ad clearing primary exotic in Destiny 2. And I don't even think it's close. I think number 1 is only number 1 because it's absurdly dumb. But all these other weapons can't even compare to these 2. Now, of course, everything has a con, everything has a downside, and this is Huckleberry's. When you get to those bigger ads, once you get out of the rank and file stage of ads, it is not very good, like by any means. No, that doesn't mean it can't kill, it doesn't mean it can't do damage. You see, when you get that perk going, it does do good damage, but just flat out, it's pretty mediocre. Coming in at a whopping 30 bullets, I gotta say that's the con right there. It's gotta be its magazine. It's gotta be the fact that it's an exotic. And that's a con for all of these, because exotic primaries, once again, are just not in a good spot. But that is number 2, guys. Like I said, I think this is easily the best, like, actual weapon that shoots bullets for ad clearing. But number 1 is just so absurdly good, it can't even compete. But speaking of number 1, let's get right into it. And here we are at the number 1 spot. What could it possibly be? It's better than Huckleberry, but it's still right there with Witherhoard. What could it possibly be? What other exotic in the Kinetic slot is insane for ad clearing? I'll give you a hint. It's the newest one. It's insane, and it's AGER'S Scepter. AGER'S Scepter is so dumb. It's insane. Of course, it's got Riga's Refrain, Riga being Queen Mara. But this is stasis final blows, transfer ammo to this weapon's magazine from reserves. So practically subsistence, but for stasis final blows. Guess what? This weapon's a stasis weapon. Every kill will give you stuff back to the magazine. Subsistence, like I said. Now, it does have a catalyst. Catalyst, in my opinion, does not really help with ad clearing. I think it's more towards bigger enemies and damaging bosses. It does give you the ability to slow and freeze targets, of course, which can be good for ad clearing. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the base weapon is insane for ad clearing. Because most people that I know don't even put the catalyst on. Most people that I know that have it, they grab it from their collections and then keep it with no catalyst because they don't like the catalyst. Now here you go. AGER'S call. Final blows with this weapon generate a slowing burst around the target. Slowing. I wish I could highlight that for you, but it says slowing. Slowing. Slowing, ladies and gentlemen. Slowing. You want to see the slowing on this thing? Because they get slow pretty fast to the point where they fucking insta-freeze. Yeah. Tell me this thing isn't the best ad clearing weapon and you're out of your mind. You're not going to be able to see it here because there's only 3 enemies, but watch this. Oh, ads? Yeah, never heard of them. Yeah, never heard of them. Yeah, servitor? See all those shanks? Yeah, me either. All these ads over here? Never heard of them. This gun is so dumb. So incredibly good. It makes Witherhoard look bad. I would use this thing over Witherhoard any day of the week because it's more enjoyable. I think it's better. I'm about to die to a shank. That's crazy. It's more enjoyable. It's better. And it's awesome. They both use special ammo, so I guess you could say because this is a trace rifle, you know, you'd expect it to have more ammo. It does, but it does still use special ammo, sadly. So you do still have to struggle to find ammo sometimes. But I think giving that up to where you have to find ammo a little bit more often is more than enough of a trade-off for how incredible this thing is. Like, look at this, guys. I can just freeze everything. I can freeze anything I want. Like, this isn't fair. Now, I don't have enough ammo, big shocker there, to be able to just melt the boss with it, but you can see from those 18 shots right there, its damage is not horrible. Yeah, explosive light is fair, by the way. But yes, guys, I easily think AGER'S Scepter is 150,000,000%. Like I said, other than Witherhoard, because Witherhoard's practicality is insane, I think AGER'S Scepter is 100% the best ad-clearing exotic in the Kinetic slot. Now, like I said, cons for this weapon, special ammo. I know it's annoying, and it's exotic. It's an exotic. It takes up an exotic slot. But with this weapon, it doesn't matter. This weapon's so good, it doesn't mean anything. This weapon is too good. Literally, you kill a dreg, and 70 Minotaurs can get frozen, just like that. It's not fair. This weapon is so good. If you don't have it, go get it. I wouldn't say worry about the catalyst. I don't recommend you go after it. It's not insane. I really do recommend you get the AGER'S Scepter, though. This thing is insane. It's incredible. It's extremely fun to use. It's super enjoyable. And quite honestly, like I said, best ad-clearing weapon in D2 other than Witherhoard, in my opinion. In the Kinetic slot, that is. In the Kinetic slot. But that is it, guys. There are your top 5 exotic Kinetic ad-clearing weapons in Destiny 2. If you don't agree, give me your list and give me why. If you do agree, tell me why. And that is it. I mean, like I said, AGER'S Scepter is so good. I don't think anybody should not put AGER'S at the top. AGER'S is undoubtedly the best in the game. But like I said, guys, give me your comments, give me your thoughts, give me your suggestions. I hope you all had a great time today, and I will see you guys in the next one.